Alright, we're going to take a short break while we're waiting for the
Okay,
last
there we
champion.
go.
Oh. Yeah, so we're going to take a short little intermission break while we're waiting for everybody to still get into the lobby. I apologize for this, everybody, so just be patient with us, okay? It's not my fault, I swear.
Well, let's
Alright,
see.
hello everybody. So we've got the draft going underway already. So we have Derpmaster here, Squirtle
AKA
Squad.
Autumn Gamer.
For those of you who don't remember the good old days of Vantage.
Oh,
So
boy.
we have the Squirtle Squad banning out Master Yi, as that is his quote-unquote best champion, as well as Zoe, Kale from Karen Franz, the patent-pending 4 fairy charms. Yes, I'm still going to rag on him about that. Kale top lane,
I
Tarek
mean, hey, it's
from
efficient.
support. It's not sufficient. It's not efficient at all. I will
Uh,
never. I will never agree to something that costs what was 500 gold, I think it is. It's one.
100 fairy charms? No, like 125 actually, and they sell
Yeah,
for
so
almost that value.
so he got 4 of them, so that's 500 gold. Whereas you
Yeah,
can
they
get a
sell for about 90 gold apiece.
whereas you can get one Duran's ring, get health, mana regen, damage, ability power, everything else that you need
Well,
for
anyway, in the
less cost.
meantime, they've banned Zillion and Zed, so Z Champion's gone today, apparently. And it looks like we're getting the good old Sejuani. Almost got baited by the hover there. So it's the big tanky gal in the jungle herself. This opens them up to a little bit of a possible Trundle counter pick if they play that way.
I don't think
But
he
there's
plays that way.
nope. They're just gonna hover Nautilus. 13 seconds. Try not to get baited by this one. It's actually quite likely. Nautilus is a very scary support champion. It is locked in. And let's see what they do. I think they're just gonna. I think that Nerdy Panda's gonna lock in their bot lane here, or they would lock in their bot lane first. Yeah, there's the Jinx hover, and that's a actually very scary lane. This Nautilus can keep someone locked down long enough for Jinx to actually get a trap combo off, and then, well, it's a Jinx, so it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna get baited. I'm not gonna get baited. I'm not gonna get baited. Oh, geez, they're actually holding Blitzcrank. They might actually be picking Blitzcrank. Nope. Safer option. They go with the Leona. So heavy engaged support there. Very scary champion at second level. There are some champions that she's infamous for pairing up with. Calm down, cat. Namely, if anyone remembers the old Draven Leona shenanigans, instant gold at level 2, pretty much. Those are fun times. That is a Ziggs, though. At least it's a Ziggs hover. And that is a Ziggs locked in. You think they're going to lock in their jungle? You think Nerdy Pandas will lock in their jungle here and just match rolls? Or you think they got
yeah,
another
like that's
plan
just like
here?
a safe bet to do. There's no reason for them not to.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if this is going to be an AP Ziggs bot side or AP mid
Nah,
laner.
That's a mid lane.
I mean, there were times. Oh, hey,
Okay, so that's
Gangplank.
top lane. For those of you, this is top lane. Sticks and Kronz's bread and butter. Personally, I don't like them picking it this early. That's a counter pick right there, just waiting to happen.
It's a cannon or something else that can abuse his early laning phase, probably. That is a Sivir band, so they also think the Ziggs is going mid. Meanwhile, the cat is chewing on my arm. Syndra also banned out. Solid control mage, decent burst. It was a period of time for about a year or so ago where she was absolutely terrifying. If anyone wants to relive those terror days, right? Ugh, the one-shots. So many one-shots. Rumble taken off the board as well, so no roasting alive. Which is good. That is a pick that is actually pretty strong into Gangplank early because of his ability to shove and control the wave. So they are trying to give their Gangplank at least some coverage in the top lane. And the Nico's also gone with that. Okay, we're going for an Amumu here. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be locked in. So Amumu jungle, that's a lot of engage potential from coming out of Nerdy Pandas with two very scary champions come the late game.
Well, so here's the problem that I have with it so far. You have a really good front line in Sejuani and Leona. But at the same time, Nautilus and Amumu are also just really good too. But the difference is, Nautilus is point and click. Neither Sejuani nor Leona is. And now you're adding in a third tank, which actually is really good against the Nautilus and Amumu.
They could.
You don't bully the GP, and you now go into Darius.
I mean, I don't know. So if we're talking about an Ashe existing in that lane, I actually like the Poppy more because, yes, Nautilus can point and click someone down. But against a Poppy, a lot of these champions...
I like Nerdy Pandas.
Can't do anything.
Like their comp more.
Okay, that's just because they're hovering the pigeon, and nope, they instead switch over to a Talia, which is still pretty good as well. Decent burst. She did get hit a little bit in previous patches, but she's still a solid mid lane champion. Overall, I will say that Nerdy Pandas probably has the better fighting composition. At least the more reliable fighting composition. If a Jinx goes off, then there's almost nothing you can do.
Well, more so that instead of fighting composition, they have a better all-in potential, whereas Squirtle Squad is a front-to-back teamfight comp. Yes, Nerdy Pandas can do that, but it is better for them to just have either the Jinx Rocket or the GP just hit somebody really, really hard, and then everybody just jump on that person.
Yeah, and if you look at it, Squirtle Squad's sources of damage are really, realistically going to be the Ashe and the Ziggs. Darius, though he's strong early game, will fall off, and you're going into a Gangplank who's just gonna sit there shooting pistols at you all game, man.
That's actually
healing.
fine, I feel, because the Darius in this case is to bridge the gap. Um, because if GP can't get ahead early, which he shouldn't, um, then Darius can help bridge the gap for Ziggs and Ashe to get past their two items. Um, and once there, the poke is very real from Ziggs and Ashe as well. It's just a matter of do they walk up too far and get knocked around by both Jinx and Gangplank.
Annihilated, yeah. Because
Um,
Ashe has no escapes, Ziggs has half of an escape, and really they're better for sieging down towers, I think is where they want to be, because they can threaten a little bit with Darius and Leona dives, as well as Sejuani can pull picks. So there's a little bit of a potential on a siege if they get ahead.
Ashe has to
But
build,
if they
or
fall
Ashe
behind,
has to get a cleanse. Ziggs, barrier, TP, or cleanse. You're not. You better not take ignite, Ashe. I don't want to see a heal in this lane. Like, you need to be able to get out of this, and with a Nautilus point-and-click engagement tool like that, you need a cleanse to be
yeah,
able to get
level
out of
6
the
is
rest of
going
the
to
crowd control
suck.
that's going to be coming.
Yeah, this is one of those games where your second, third item is a QSS, and you kind of just have to eat that tax because there's nothing you can do about it post level 6 on Nautilus anyway.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and transition to the in-game pick ban phase. Just go ahead and get everybody up to speed. And as I called it out, Ziggs did go for the barrier and Ashe did go for the cleanse. They understand this. They need to survive. And I guess TP works, like you're gonna die anyway, so hey, I mean, you do you, man. Nautilus, yep, the ignite. Um, I would actually think that a heal on Leona would be better if Ashe is going for TP.
Yeah, I would agree there. Leona can honestly get away with whatever summoner spell she wants, at least early on. She does have the CC potential to match Nautilus, and
So,
similarly, if Nautilus goes in, Jinx is not as mobile, so
so I'm
it
looking at this, and I think so. I don't know about champion preferences for players, but for Ultimate Ace, um, I think Sivir would have been the actual best choice as an AD carry for like a utility AD carry. And that's because she has a way to actually stop Nautilus from engaging with the point and
Yep,
click.
and Sivir was banned for exactly that reason.
Yep.
So good play there on Nerdy Panda's part to ensure that
Their one
their bot lane isn't
weakness.
immediately countered. Now, I actually would say that Tristana might have been a safe bet as well,
So,
because yes, you can point and click, but
well, the thing is,
even then,
it's
you can
you
just
want that
maneuver
point and
yourself
click
out of the
to
way.
hit. Um, with Tristana, it's still going to hit.
Yeah, it's going to hit, but you're also going to be so far away from the line the moment it happens. If you have any semblance of hands, that it's kind of pointless for the Nautilus.
Well, that's a bad assumption. Thinking that Ultimate Ace has hands. How dare you? Um, no. So like the thing is that
I mean, hey, if I can jump away from an Nautilus ult, anyone else
well,
can. I'm literally blind.
well, no. So the thing is, say you take the Trist, or also an equal one is Ezreal. Even if you jump, it's still going to come to you, and that's the point because now they're going to have the GP ulti, the Amumu ulti, everything going in to make sure that they get to that carry. Because they just need to hit that one ultimate because their other carry in Ziggs isn't like if he hasn't gotten the poke off, then they just fall apart. Darius, while yes, he's going to destroy Jinx and Talia, he needs to get 5 stacks or kill one of them. If they're already on one of your carries, you're effectively down 1 damage uh, core compared to their 3.
Not really gonna have any answers to that one. That's it. Again, other safe options too. Ezreal is an option as well. Just things that can kind of poke back. Like there is better options. I still think Ashe is probably like the absolute worst case scenario because she is relatively low damage, even post crit rework, just based on how she interacts with crit.
I think
She's
Xayah would have
mostly
been better,
utility.
actually.
Well, yeah, Xayah can just straight up mitigate by not even being there. So that is a potential option there, and she does have
But
decent
they-
synergies with CC supports.
Yeah, but they chose this, and that's their prerogative.
Yeah, so now we get to see how an Ashe plays into it, and I actually don't think I have anyone on either team in my friends list, so I can't jump on them. Yay! I gotta get that fixed.
You can spectate me spectating them.
I actually don't have you on my friends list either.
You don't have me on your friends. What is wrong with you? Send me a friend request.
Yep. Let me just grab that here. Okay. Let's see if my blind eyes can make this work. That should have been correct.
I got it. Oh no, it won't let me accept it. Hold up, everybody. Technical difficulties of stream, please wait. Okay. Now piggyback off me.
Yay. Oh, guess I gotta wait for them to load in. Can't quite spectate yet.
Game? You, gonna load in for me, bud? Okay, there we go. Okay, I apologize for that, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up to catch up to live.
Yep.
Looks to be a line of scrimmage from the side of Nerdy Pandas.
And it doesn't want to let me spectate, so let's just reload this client.
Okay, time control's off, and we are good. Alright, so now that we have a moment to look, GP did end up going for Grasp, which is the correct move. We see double Comet. Oh, Nautilus does get a hook onto the Leona, but both will be able to walk away thanks to the Aftershock rune.
Apparently, I can't actually spectate on you, so I'm just gonna cheat and use the stream.
Okay.
There we go. Volume off. Looking at the stream now to take
Karen, Karen.
that. Yeah, that. Nope.
Karen, you needed to
Good.
start attacking him.
Uh, first blood down to a gangplank. That's that's bad. That's very bad, actually.
So, for those of you who don't know, Karen actually used to be a part of Bronze 5 Age. He may or may not have said that he wanted to watch that game as well. So, for after this stream finishes, you'll be able to go ahead and watch it at the other caster stream, Gelati
Yep,
Lol.
Leona going in, gets some good CC down onto Jinx. That's a lot of damage returning there. She does not flash, though, or burn heal. Sorry, I just had to
Yeah,
interrupt
no, it's
there.
fine.
So we
It's
had
fine.
a good
Yep.
trade going on the bot lane. Some more damage, though, going down on the gangplank. So Karen going back with some of vengeance there, as Gangplank hasn't shopped yet, so his item advantage is neutralized. For the moment, at least. By the way, only 5 CS on that Gangplank. So it's pretty rough times if you're a pirate.
Getting some deep vision into the enemy jungle, but they already were spotted thanks to a Mumu warding after he cleared out his red. But they did see him on the Krug, so he's going to have to back away. But he did actually complete the Krug, so good on him.
Overall matching in CS there across most of the board. Bot lane's even, mid lane's even. Only real disparity is coming from Nerdy Pandas in that top lane, although that kill does help Gangplank make up for it a little bit. It is still almost 8 CS, so it's coming back, but he's going to be behind for a while with that one.
So I noticed that GP actually went for the inspiration tree. He went for future market. I'm not sure what his other rune was in that tree.
Well,
I only know
considering he
because I could
doesn't
see.
have a stopwatch, we can probably narrow it down a little bit. But looks like more action going on in the top lane there, as Karen takes a pretty bad trade actually.
Yeah, he needs
Walks.
a Duran's shield. Like the corrupting was fine, but he needs a Duran's shield. uh
Yeah, more fights
that or
going down
the
here.
plants to start popping up for him topside.
That would be a big help. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage from the barrel. He actually pulls the Gangplank in. I'm not so sure if that was a good idea, as Gangplank is just shredding him down. Another kill goes down to the Gangplank. That is a very, very hefty sum of gold going down to that pirate.
Like, I can take this. I'm Darius. I'm the king of top lane. Hello, would you like to meet this end of the barrel?
Yeah, barrels, swords, and flintlocks. It's a really painful combination. Talia here gonna try to get a good damage trade down, but not enough mana, or well, not just didn't go for the finisher there. So 20 comes in to re-engage, and both junglers just diffuse pressure mid lane. Little bit of a CS advantage there, going down to the Talia,
Same to the
but
Jinx.
not much else. Yeah, G's
Oh,
doing
they're
definitely
going.
better on farming.
They going. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. Wait. Okay,
That's
that
a
was
level
the
6
end of the
Talia. That's a
range.
roam bot lane. Yeah, Ash is gonna die to that one. Leona might. They're going
Oh.
for the tower dive. Oh, that's a very close dive. Talia almost eats it from the turret damage alone.
But
But in the end, 2 kills go over. 1 to the Jinx, 1 to the Talia, and Nerdy Pandas are off to a really good start. 4 kills to 0, and about 1,000 gold ahead, just over.
2000, 2000.
Just ticking over to 2,000 now. Yep.
But yeah, so let's have a gander. So yeah, and GP though behind in CS, the nature
2
of being
kills.
Gangplank, as well as getting an assist
Yeah,
on
2 of them
both of
actually.
those kills down bottom lane. That's an extra free, like, what, almost 150, 200 gold?
Yeah,
Something like that.
just easily there. He's got 150 gold bounty on him just from kills alone, pretty much, because
Well,
there's no way
kills
he's.
and also the gold difference in the lane.
That makes it a massive, scary threat. He's got the ability to get plenty of items, and he even has the pressure in this wave to actually go and clear out wards. You don't see a Gangplank get that kind of pressure often.
So for those of you who don't remember, I'm the Ninja Tabbies guy. I'm the guy that complains when top laners don't build Ninja Tabbies. This is one of those games where I'm going to complain, why didn't you just rush the Ninja Tabbies? Because like if you have Ninja Tabbies, you can actually just run down. Oh geez, okay.
Oh yeah,
Amumu is like,
engage
we're not
going
even
on there.
waiting.
Mumu wanted to fight. Flash ult. Ashe goes down. That was greeting for the vision, and Talia's going to pick up the second kill again onto the bottom lane. And they're just going to start up Drake with all the free control. That was a very poor decision. Oh, that was close. Dragon almost kills the Amumu in the process as well, but they get out just fine. Smite is good. And this snowball is rolling as it looks like we're already 3,000 ahead now at 8 minutes.
I I think he's dead. Okay, no. Talia didn't have the flash.
Maybe
But
with an
yeah.
ignite, but yeah, that was really, really close there.
But yeah,
Flash keeps him alive. Barrier not used. Probably could have used
at
that
this
too.
point, you start looking at, okay, we need to go to game 2, just at ASAP, because your top lane that you had the counter pick for is losing. Your mid lane, I think, even that you had the counter pick for, is losing.
No, Talia was picked into the Ziggs. So that was a counter pick.
Okay,
but
okay.
Ziggs should be able to hold his own into a Talia.
Yeah, but he's just getting rocked, and she has so much better roam pressure than him.
Yeah, 100% agree on that one. Your bot lane, which we kind of were iffy on in the first place. It felt like a little bit of a throw in the draft. Well, it's proving to be very much a throw in the draft.
Yeah, like Nautilus hasn't even ulted yet. He turned 6 after the dragon fight. So it's just looking from bad to worse for Squirtle Squad. Like, yes,
I'm
they
gonna say it's
still have a
probably not
really
over yet. They can pick, so they can play the pick game as well. If anyone on Nerdy Pandas is caught out, they do have the potential to kill them.
but they're not slowing down
Unless
one
it's
bit, which is
Nautilus,
what they
and that's a
should
Rift
do.
Herald. Yeah, that's a Rift Herald. That goes to the Jinx. That's a little weird, but I guess if you want to get back quickly,
No, they're
okay.
looking to open up this map. They're going in. Gangplank
Yeah,
is
that
even
top
on the
lane
bottom
turret's
lane.
probably going down. Yeah, that
Oh
lane
no, the
swap's in full
ult
effect.
missed. Wait, no, it hit Jinx.
Oh, okay, Ziggs does go down. A lot of damage coming out here. Sejuani goes down as well. There's nothing Ashe can really do. Darius does get the Jinx, so there is a kill traded back. But there's really just nothing they can do. Rift Herald, yep, Shelly goes and prepares for the charge. That's a free tower. Or at least a lot of plates.
11 minutes in, and we already have the first ace of the series. Yeah, so the other inspiration was the slightly magical boots from GP. That's the other one. But anyways, so yeah, so back to the drawing board. Okay,
Yeah, at this
so
point,
you need
help.
to ban the Nautilus. Like that is like a huge thing that got them going.
Yeah, ban the Nautilus. Probably a pick your bot lane before you pick your mid laner and avoid getting that counter pick in the first place there.
Or you pick Morgana. Or you pick a champion that can ignore the Nautilus, because like that was like yes, GP just rocked Darius. Yes, Talia and Amumu kept coming to punish bottom lane. But the fact of the matter is, Nautilus is such a huge factor into what Squirtle Squad can and can't do. Because they
Yeah, I'd
have
definitely
two
say
very
ban it,
immobile
or
carries.
they had blue side. They could have picked it themselves too. That's going to be a Nautilus there. This looks like a tower dive potentially, as Jinx takes a turret shot there.
Yeah.
Nope, Nautilus just going to show up, and Darius going to say, no, we're not going to deal with that.
Yeah, and also as for those of you who have been watching pro play, Sejuani has been falling further and further down the list of priority, and here Squirtle Squad was like, no, we still prioritize it very, very heavily. Do you have to change the draft plan now? Because they prioritize the Sejuani over everything else.
That's a good hit down onto the Gangplank. Good stun. Here comes the CC train. Good flash, though, from Gangplank, and he is out. Mostly free. Not enough damage there. That was actually kind of sad.
Ugh.
This is a yeah. That's a dead Ash. That is a very dead Ash. There's nothing you can do about how dead that Ash was.
Yeah, like she would had to have cleansed and flashed immediately upon the Amumu's Q hitting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just like barring a throw of like
Got
epic
him.
proportions. Oh, that's a good Sejuani ult, but not a lot of. Oh, never mind. That is a lot of damage down. Jinx shut down, or well, just killed. Actually, not enough gold for a shutdown just yet. Sejuani putting a decent amount of hurt down onto the
Sejuani
Nautilus.
can't get over the
Talia
wall.
there. Yeah, Talia there
Oh, but
to
she's
block him
got
off.
past
They're
it
going to
now.
get a dragon.
All right.
That's a very, very tanky Sejuani. They do back off, so
Ouch.
Nerdy Pandas can grab the Drake. They do grab it.
I'm
Ooh,
waiting
there was
for
a flash
the Jinx
burned.
rocket. Where's the Jinx rocket going?
Doesn't look like it's
Oh,
going
she's not
anywhere at the
going to throw
moment.
it. She's not
Leona,
going to
yeah,
throw it.
Leona gonna recall home free. So actually a
Very
good
worth it. Like
trade.
that was like
About as worth it as
amazingly
you're gonna
important.
get.
Yeah, like that. Like you had to win something, and they actually were able to pick off the Jinx just before the dragon. And the
Yep.
Talia wall, though it was used correctly, they didn't have enough damage to kill the dragon before Sejuani could actually get over.
Yep. And actually this kind of brings up a scenario here. So one thing Squirtle squad can do is they can start trying to trade, just trade objectives, trade kills, any gold in their pocket at all. If they get anything onto their carries, that's a win for them at this stage in the game. Like that entire sequence was a win for them, even if they really only got a kill and the Drake out of it.
Yeah.
Really, they need to kind of just.
9x report
I'm
the
not
Jinx
saying
at the
delay,
end. Died
but
twice. Died twice as many times as any other member by far. But
actually,
serious talk.
technically speaking, she's died infinitely more times because they're zeros. All of them.
I'm a programmer, semantics, yada yada. But
And I'm
anyways,
an IT guy,
the
semantics.
issue,
Let's do
the
it.
bigger issue is that Gangplank already has his Trinity Force and working on his other items. He's
Yeah,
going to complete his third tier upgrade before 30 minutes. That is the scary Gangplank. And
yep.
who's going to challenge him? Like, uh, you need to send at least two, with one of them having a huge amount of. Oh, hold up.
Looks like a
Oh
fight
no.
going to happen here. Here's going to be a flank. Good flash from good flash on Ash, but Leona is going to take some damage. Gangplank ult does come down. Nautilus ult comes down as well. And Leona just dies in the midst of all that. She's not tanky enough here. And this is what happens when your lane gets pushed in as a support. You just don't have the gold or the levels to really do anything because you're either spending most of your time in the fountain or behind a turret.
No,
That was a good
Sejuani, why are
dodge,
you
but that
going
was
for the
not a
Amumu?
good. Oh, that's a dead
So
Ash.
so Sejuani made the wrong choice. She needed to go for the Jinx because Amumu was not going to have the damage to do anything out after the ulti went out because he went for Cinderhulk, so he's not going to have the damage to actually
He's
kill the Ashe.
Tankamumu. Oh, good engage there a little bit onto Mumu. He can't really run away effectively. Gets stunned up.
He's just
Uh,
running at him.
yeah, that's
But but
I mean, when
you're
in
dead.
doubt, run it
Oh.
down mid. But that's a lot of damage that's actually coming back, and that might be a shutdown. That is onto the Amumu. 1-for-1 trade, but you know what? Again, it's worth it if. Nope, never mind. Now it's not.
Serpentine,
Ziggs,
serpentine. Oh, he did
yeah.
the serpentine.
Dip,
He
dodge,
certainly
duck,
should have
dive,
keyed.
and dodge, right? Did not do any of that there and just got ran down by the Talia. But that is still kills. It kills onto at least some relevant targets there. So 20 getting tanky is still a good thing.
You know what? As a better man than I would have said, he should have gone Conqueror Ash.
I
Oninokin
don't even know
2019.
if that.
Oninokin 2019.
I mean, so the Comet Ash is something that has been coming up a little bit in
Yes,
other regions in professional play.
so to address the issue in chat, yes. So he was unable to join the game before the official draft started. So he's having to cheat and spectate it with the rest of you guys on the Twitch channel. So the stream itself is correct. The caster is behind due to the stream being behind.
Yeah, so we're just a little bit there.
Yeah, this will be remedied in game 2.
Yeah, so I'm watching with you guys chat, unfortunately. So we're going to yeah, as I'm seeing it, it looks like another setup is occurring around mid lane, but they're on a ward, not anymore.
Dang. Are you sure you wanted to do... Oh, never mind. Yeah, you wanted to do that.
Yeah, that was a good Ash ultimate. Gangplank actually forced to pop the shield there.
Yeah, the Serix gauge. Yeah, GP
But
is way too far ahead. You
you
like
need to
this.
commit harder for that. You need to commit much harder if you want him dead.
Well, it wasn't that. It was that they, uh, the fact that they committed so hard. Like, uh, everybody still had all their crowd control. GP ate the Ash arrow because he knew he could cleanse it. Um, but yeah, now they just run on to Baron.
Yeah, free Baron, no real resistance here. 4 kills to 20, so
420.
this game is indeed lit.
Can I get a dab in the chat? Oh, so close. Can I get a dab in the chat for the 420? Oh wait, it's too late. It's
Yeah,
421. You guys were too late.
one
Um,
minute over there. It's significant gold lead. Baron
yeah,
buff onto Nerdy Pandas. And this...
yeah,
yeah.
doesn't really look good. So I am glad that the GP did see it's like, okay, I'm just going to be a tank buster, I guess, and went Black Cleaver. Um, but everybody else is kind of dying.
Yeah, there's now insane bounties on all sides here. Gangplank is actually just has a 500 gold bounty, so if he ever manages to
Oh,
die...
oh, here it comes. This is it. This is where you catch the GP.
Yep, Gangplank. He's
Never
going to
mind.
cleanse out of that, though. He's going to pop the Sterix gauge, and he is going to get support, though. Impressively, that bot lane turret is still alive on like 2 HP. So...
Oh, the pullback into the Sedge ult. This Nautilus is going down.
maybe, yeah, he's definitely dead.
That was a good ult.
And
That was a good pull.
yeah, good pull, good follow up, good job to make sure that he had done damage so the turret would aggro him first as there were minions in range. A little bit poke going down though. Mid lane turret gonna go
He
down.
has no flash. Wait, Jinx? Jinx, hello?
Yep, she gets
Okay,
engaged on,
it
flashes
was all
out.
calculated.
Good
All
Amumu
calculated.
ult. And they're just getting shredded. The Amumu is actually just walking through the turret.
No, the Talia was aggroed.
Now the Amumu, he's gonna come close-ish, but yeah, it's still a
He's the
tanky
tanky
Amumu.
boy. He's a tanky boy.
Sad tanky boy, but a tanky boy nonetheless.
Those are tears of joy because he's winning this game right now.
I don't know if winning is crushing,
Winning,
maybe
crushing is
demolishing.
well. So here's the thing. Uh, it's good to get smashed in the first game, not the fifth game.
Yeah, the first game will set the momentum. That is a very, very scary brush, and they.
No, see, it's okay. It's okay. It's an even better example. You know why? Because in 2017, Lord and Savior, Misfits Gaming decided they were playing against SKT. They got smashed game
We're
one.
not gonna talk about 2017 and what happened to SKT.
No,
That
it was fine. That was fine.
that
Uh,
was if there was any foreshadowing for what Europe would do to Korea in the upcoming years,
oh
that
no, it
was
wasn't even.
it.
So here's the thing about that. Europe didn't play a single best of five against a Korean team since that match until 2019 MSI. Best of five or best of three.
And G2 is now MSI champion. So
Yep. So just go back to that time where we're like, oh, the West is starting to rise up. All right, let's do this. Misfits got smashed game one. Then they came back to win the next two games and almost win the fourth. So it's perfectly okay. Like I would rather get smashed in the first game to figure out, okay, what did we do wrong? And
for a more apt example, we can also point to Fnatic's group run going literally as bad as you can get that year and still somehow
literally as
getting
bad as you
out.
can get, period. Oh, and stolen. That's a win.
That is actually an excellent Zigzult right there as well. Well, I don't know if that was blind luck or pure calculation. We'll assume he planned it.
Yeah, he threw it at about 2,000 HP. The Amumu everybody could have just sat there and waited. But Amumu smited, and the dragon had like sub 100 HP left. Like he could have waited. He could have chilled. He's like, no, I want this done. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
well, you
definitely a
want it done,
misplay.
and it's done.
Yeah, definitely a misplay on the Amumu's part.
Now they're
Not
prepping for
really too much
Baron.
hope it gives them. It does make their team a little bit better, but it's not going to help them into the situation where there is a giant purple worm and a very, very fed nerdy pandas waiting for them.
Yeah, so 45 seconds for said worm, and I think that that has to be the push that at the very least breaks the base. Um,
Yeah.
because you're
If
not
it
going to
doesn't,
get
if they do
past
hold
with
here,
a Ziggs just constantly wave clearing. Like he has enough wave clear now. With
yeah.
double magic pen and Illudens, he can clear waves.
Now,
But with
Squirrel Squad
Baron,
certainly can hold.
yeah,
It's a very hard hold. But it's also a hold that really only happens if Nerdy Pandas decide that they're going to run it down mid and try to brute forces through the mid inhib rather than split up. They have a gangplank and they have a very strong Talia, so they can definitely play side lanes if they want. A little bit of posturing here around Baron, or at least as I'm seeing it.
are correct. Everybody's getting ready. Bottom lane is got a juicy wave on the side of the Squirrel Squad. Oh, Darius got the blue buff. Okay, well,
Not
not
the
the
worst place
worst
you'd put it at
case.
this
Yeah.
point. It's gold. At this
Well,
point, any gold matters,
well,
right?
it's more so that they didn't get it. Like that's the bad part. If uh if Nerdy Pandas got it, that would have been like, oh god, now we have a Talia as well that can just fire every 2 seconds.
Well, Talia already has her blue
Oh,
buff from the looks of it, so
GP
that's going to
going
somewhere
in.
else. Yep, it
Nautilus
starts
did
up.
get onto the Ziggs.
Nautilus.
He's flashing over the Talia wall, and that's going to be the escape. Uh,
Some
not
ults burned. Mumu
a couple of
disabled for a
flashes
short time
were
as well, yeah.
burned, but still they got out.
Yeah,
Oh
they
no,
got out, but that is going to
this is
be Nerdy Pandas
questionable.
going
This
under
is
the
questionable.
Baron.
Ziggs still has his ulti. Sejuani does not. Darius has his. Darius has to
Sejuani
find a
does have
way. Oh,
smite.
he got the Jinx.
Yeah, that's very dead.
Um,
A lot of people actually. That's a very dead Jinx. Nautilus going down as well to the double kill. Sejuani is actually just 1v3 fighting here, and now she's going to be joined by her teammates. That's going to be a potentially dead Amumu. That is a dead Amumu, and Gangplank going to drop as well. It's only
Quadra
Talia
kill,
left.
quadra kill, pentakill. Come on, man. I know you can do this. I know it.
Oh, 1v1 mid versus mid. Talia's looking for it. Not much mana on this
She
Ziggs.
can't keep going. Oh no. Uh, so Animal for the current casters is myself, Ansem571, and Autumn Gamer. Um, Autumn Gamer is currently casting off of Twitch as we are not friends. We never will be friends until the end of this game. So, unfortunately, we all just have to suffer through this.
Yeah, so I apologize for the desync. That was still actually an excellent fight, though, from Squirtle Squad. That was exactly what they needed. They stopped the Baron. They got a ton of kills onto their relevant carries. A kill onto an Ashe. They got a kill. One
They
kill on
got
Ashe now. Three onto
shutdown
Ziggs,
gold
three on
off of both
Talia.
Amumu and Gangplank.
The only one left is Talia at 700. But
Well, to be
Nerdy
fair, the
Pandas is
Talia one was because the quadra kill that happened.
yeah.
Wait,
So
hold
if
up,
she goes down,
hold up. Autumn Gamer, I have a question for you.
hmm?
That is a Trinity Force Essence Reaver Ashe, yes?
Yeah,
Okay, Twitch chat. I don't know about you, but is that the new thing? Because
that's
I
an
don't know.
LCK build.
That's an
That's
LCK build? Okay.
that's an LCK build. Yeah, once more LCK ruining our lives.
Okay.
Just
Just
remember,
wanted
guys,
confirmation on that.
every time a Korean plays Yasuo, his play rate and loss
Oh,
rate
the
goes up, and
Ashe
Upsies
ult
all over the
connects
place.
on Jinx? Oh my god, that's a
Excellent
Baron.
ultimate. Yep, excellent ultimate. Nautilus going down as well. Very solid pick, and that's
But
actually
it's going really
exactly
slow though.
what Squirrel Squad needed to do. Well, they don't exactly have much damage here. You're reliant on a Trinity Force Ashe.
Oh
That
damn.
turret does go down. 1v2 here. Yeah, you're probably a very dead Darius there, but you only really need to delay them. The Baron does eventually go down.
So Baron for inhib, worth.
Yeah, worth because you're still,
You're still like
almost
10,000 gold
10,
behind.
11,000 gold behind, really. You are an order of magnitude behind in kills, even on the Drakes that matter, but they also
Moon
have
doesn't
the
have
Ocean
flash.
Drake.
They can keep chasing this.
Yeah, Sejuani gonna go for it. Gonna get a second whack here. Yep. Oh, does not connect onto anything. They chase him out of the
Okay.
base.
All right. So I have a comment about Korean builds and all that. Just because Korea doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, those players have a much more innate understanding, or not to say innate, a much higher level understanding of the game, of their champions than we do. They do this for a living. It's
No, 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 no,
they
no, 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 no. Because pro players here can do the same thing. No,
yes,
just because it is the new hot thing, you don't have to jump on it, guys.
yeah, it's kind of like how bronze is like 6 patches behind in meta, except for when a Korean does something, and then
Okay,
you see Lee
so
Sin for a week, or whenever Broxa plays Lee Sin. There's another one.
so the reason why Triforce Ash, in my opinion, is less optimal is because you are sacrificing huge amounts of damage for utility. And while yes, you are getting a large amount of utility because you have such a large CDR now, you have zero attack speed basically, especially with Merc Trends.
Yep,
Um,
you're reliant
you,
on basically
you
your W and your E to proc things, as your Q goes off once every 4 autos, if
so
that.
now you kind of made it even more difficult for your Ziggs because that made it effectively a one core carry.
Yeah, this is where you probably still build Infinity Edge. It's still probably one of the best items an AD carry can build. if not the best, or at the very least, go down the old Blade of the Rune King, Black Cleaver, Runan's route, and just shred all of the tanks.
Yeah, because like it's great for Ziggs to just hit really hard because everybody's slowed, but that means he also needs to be able to hit. If he can't hit, then there's no point.
Yep, and they're going to repel them again, so the Baron buff doing its job here as far as keeping Squirtle Squad alive, but there are super minions in the
But
base, so they do need to send someone back to deal with that.
but also with Nether Pandas, they also have double Ocean Drake, so they can just sustain through this poke too. So that's kind of a bad thing.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt them. They do back and get some more items. That Talia is now on 3 items, one of which happens to be a very, very scary hat. Jinx is on 3 items as well, so the AD carry is well and truly online. Ashe
4
is
items.
yeah, 4
Jesus.
items now. That's a bloodthirster. Jinx is not dying. Jinx has had enough of death.
Well, she still doesn't have a QSS. Like at this point, you're yelling at the Nautilus to say, "Hey, you're buying me a McHale's. Thanks, bud."
Yeah, pretty much. Nautilus does actually have Zeke's convergence, so that all goes off and Nautilus just gets in there. It's a big slowing field. It's a big damage boost to whoever he happens to slap hit that buff onto.
I'm pretty sure that's onto the Jinx. Yeah, that's onto the Jinx as
If
well as the Knight's Vow.
yeah, so Jinx again not really dying, doing a lot of hurt. That this is
Okay, guys, I understand that you're prepping for Dragon, and that's cool, but you should be pushing the waves. You have over
yeah,
30
you
seconds.
yeah, they can also like with where their comps are at now, just on pure items alone. If you're just gonna stat stick someone, and why are they even doing a Fnatic Death Rush here? They can literally just face roll into whoever they want.
Yeah, because now you lost pressure mid lane, so now they can actually rotate to you guys. GP is on an inner, yes, while that's bad, but you can at least send Darius back to stop him from taking
Inhib, and that's
the
exactly
inhib.
what they do.
And Gangplank win for Titanic.
So fights probably.
I don't know how that works
No,
though.
wave clear. I think is what he's going for there. He just wants to push. That
Oh
is
no.
a very, very hurt Ashe, and they're engaging. Amumu's in
And
the
it's a
back
very,
line.
very bad, or very,
That's
very
very, very
dead
dead
Ashe.
Ashe now. Yeah.
And Ziggs.
Sejuani is 1v1ing Jinx and failing.
So for those of you who didn't see, GP did actually try to TP into the fight, but the Darius was able to get the pull off just before.
Yeah, that's honestly, there's nowhere good to put this Gangplank. He can kind of do whatever he wants at this point. So yes, you saved the fight, but you still have a Gangplank now who's running around in your base.
And that looks like it'll be game 1 going to the side of Nerdy Pandas with a score of 11 to 36. Woo!
Oh, that hurt my soul. Like that was we saw some life from Squirtle Squad. There
Yeah,
was life, there was a heartbeat.
but then
And then
Pandas
Nerdy Pandas
flatlined.
decided to take a sledgehammer to what was left of that corpse.
Could have been better.
That
Could have been better.
yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into a short intermission while we get the next lobby set up. So just chill out for us for just a minute, okay? Alright.
Because League, everyone knows spectator client is buggy.
No, so, hello everybody and welcome back. We are getting the draft underway. Unfortunately, the stream is having an issue. So I've noticed that it's been having this issue lately. I don't know if anybody can explain it to me. In Game 2's, Pro Draft does not want to work. If somebody can explain it to me why Streamlabs doesn't want Game 2 specifically Pro Draft to not work, that would be pretty fucking cool. But as of right now, I don't get why it isn't... why it's doing this thing. Fresh. Yeah, so we use Streamlabs so that way everybody has access to all of the stream settings. That way nobody has to have different settings for all of our streams. But to go ahead and discuss the draft with everybody, as we are having difficulties, thank you, Streamlabs. So in the band, Squirtle Squad is on the blue side once again. They had side selection for Game 2. They have banned Master Yi, Zed, and Talia. And
Yeah,
for
so
the
a
red
slight
side,
change there.
And for the red side, they have banned Kale, Tarek, and Zillion. Squirtle Squad have decided to select Mordekaiser, followed by Nerdy Panda's selection of Darius and Nautilus. And now Thresh is picked up for Squirtle's second pick, and now we're waiting to see for their third pick.
So I like the Thresh a little bit more into the Nautilus, but the Morgana would be infinitely better. That is a jinx. Another champion with no escape. This is going to be painful. And that is Varus. That's a Varus hover. And we're not going to get baited.
Locked in. So now we have Varus and Nautilus for the bottom side of Nerdy Pandas.
That's a CC train. That's a very painful CC train.
So I want everybody to know this. Mordekaiser hates Darius. Now, why would you think that, Ryan? Or sorry, Ansem. Real names. Darius needs one item, and he beats Mordekaiser. Do you know what that item is, chat? You would be incorrect, unless if you said Merc Trends. Because if you said Merc Trends, then you are correct.
So I think, anything that reduces CC and magic damage, Mordekaiser does not like.
The magic resistance and the movement speed.
Oof.
And Darius can just run over Mordekaiser. I have been on both sides of the matchup. Darius just destroys Mordekaiser. I'm not like I'm sorry to say, like, this is my experience. This is having played against I believe Styx and Kronz actually was the Darius into my Mordekaiser. And in a future match, I played as Darius into Tuba's Mordekaiser. It did not go good for Mordekaiser in either matchup. So, to continue following up in the ban phase, Ziggs and Sejuani were banned on the side of Nerdy Pandas, with Amumu and Zoe on the side of Squirtle Squad. Nerdy Pandas did... Pandas
so Squirtle Squad did the change up there. Sorry about that. So they did change up. They do think it's the Talia and the Amumu. I think that's a very, very big mistake, because come level 6, that bot lane, which has already proven to be quite efficient at the CC kill lanes, they have a Varus and a Nautilus. You do not escape that lane. Just ever. No amount of CC cleanse is going to help you the moment the Nautilus gets onto you. That's a Yasuo hover. That's also a Malphite hover, or a Malphite locked in. So that's a very painful combination. It is locked in. So Rumble and Nico are locked in. So Rumble probably going into that That's weird. You want to take bets on this one?
Um,
I suspect
so
we're
I was
probably seeing
good
a
for a while,
Mordekaiser
so we're gonna
jungle.
go ahead and switch to the in-game lobby draft so everybody can see what.
I'm thinking we might be seeing like Rumble Jungle has happened, but I don't know if that's still a valid option there. You might see Mordekaiser there as well. I don't know about Nico. Can Nico jungle anymore? I don't know that champion well enough.
Not really. Um, you don't
So
really.
one of these champions is going in the jungle for sure.
So for those of you who did not hear us in the final bits, actually it is going to be Rumble in the jungle. I'm pretty certain. And then Nico in the mid lane. So for those of you to catch up in the end, Malphite was picked as the. Oh, it's the extra flex. Okay, so scrap all that. It is Rumble top lane against the Darius, which is actually a pretty good matchup. Malphite as the jungler for the side of Nerdy Pandas with a Yasuo as the mid laner.
Terrifying gank,
Mordekaiser.
terrifying ult combination. Please
Mordekaiser
no.
is going to be the jungler, which his passive does proc off of large creeps. So he'll be able to clear pretty quickly uh, on all camps. And then the final pick for the side of Squirtle Squad was the Nico, which will be heading towards the mid lane.
Yep.
Just
Not sure if that's the
wait,
best
wait,
idea there.
hold up.
Somebody do a mispick.
Yeah, the one of the players wasn't in here. We were one short. Yeah, it was a 4v5. It was a little how do
A
I
little
put it?
awkward.
Little strong there. Get in here. Go ahead and move you to there. If anybody else recognizes their name in general, let me know. I'm not even scrolling to the chat. I'm not even looking. I know that people are going to be flaming whoever it was that was out of there. Alright, so back at it again. But as we have a moment of downtime now, I am actually going to go ahead and announce um, who the winners were for the Shurima All-Star voting. Now I'm going to be going from support up to the top lanes, and I will announce who the first and second place winners as well as any ties. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and announce for the Shurima support with overwhelming majority, over 30% of the votes, Taisa from Paid by Steve was the almost nearly unanimous consented best support of the league for Shurima, with Minecraft Holmes coming in at around 22%. Next up, we have the Shuriman 80 carries, where we have Ultimate Ace of the Squirtle Squad coming in hot at a solid 31% of the vote, with Electro from, I believe, let me take a gander. Ravenous Kumquats was his team at about 19% of the vote. Now we move into the Shuriman mid laners, and the, dear God, I should have looked at this before. Foozle Bamboozle, of course, with about 45 to 46% of the vote, with Ziggy coming in at a hot 22%. And then we have in the jungle, we have Yi Carry is here from the side of Nerdy Pandas as the hot top jungler at a 46-47%, with Lucky Maverick of Spaceman Spiff at about 19%. And then finally, we actually have some close calls for the SHURIMAN top laners, and we have in first Charmello with a sizable 30 to 31% vote. And then we have both myself and some 571 and Karen Franz at about 19-20% of the vote. So congratulations to those of you who I have mentioned. And to everybody who I did not mention, I am sorry. You should have played better.
Oof. Little bit of flame there. Anyway, comps
Little bit of
locked
flame
in
there.
here. Squirtle Squad really going for a much less durable composition, but like also they have the ability to pick one target and just remove him from the team fight.
Yeah, I personally think that they should just remove the Yasuo from the team fight because they can take care of the other four champions.
Yeah, and if there's any one champion I'd want to have the stats of, I think stealing Yasuo stats is probably a good idea.
Well, not even that. Just like, okay, Malphite goes in to charge in. Yoink! Get in here, Yasuo.
Yep, definitely an option there. That said, bot lane is still looking like it's just going to be another steamroller here, at least based off of last game's performance. Let's see how the Jinx Thresh holds up. Thresh a little bit better defensively. He can disrupt some of the early game CC, but come level 6, you're really just hoping that they don't have the ability to follow up, because any one target that gets picked by that ult is probably dead. Just waiting here. As far as the Nico into the Yasuo, I don't really have much experience with this lane, let alone this matchup. One would think that Nico would kind of have a rough time, especially later on, as Yasuo just has the ability to maneuver all over the lane and just dodge and dip, duck,
Dodge,
dive,
dip,
dodge, and we.
dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yeah, all of the Nico's limited CC. And then Nico probably just gets Nico kneecapped by the Yasuo. So not a potentially fun later game there, but they do have the ability to just make one area of the map a danger zone, as Mordekaiser removes a target, and then Rumble and Nico can just dual one particular area, make kind of denying a thing. But that also relies on some coordination there, and I don't think they have the durability to survive more than a few seconds in a prolonged fight. Conversely, if we go over to the Nerdy Pandas team composition here, the Darius is coming out again. It's into a probably a much worse matchup for a Darius, but on a player that showed some incredible ability playing into it. So we'll see how well he actually does
Well, so to be
piloting the Darius
honest,
himself, and with a very good ganking jungler as well, especially post 6.
so here's the thing. GP is his bread and butter champion, as I had mentioned earlier. Um, and going into this, I thought that this was going to be a Mordekaiser match going into the Darius, and then they swapped it on us. So he thought he was going into a Mordekaiser and getting a free game 2, go next, GG read, GG no read game 3, please. Um, but having picked Rumble, now Karen may actually have the opportunity to fight, since Darius doesn't want to just rush into an adaptive helm.
Yeah.
And
Also,
he's
the
going to have
just
to go
fighting
into it.
early lane's gonna hurt as well, which is probably Rumble's biggest saving grace here: his ability to fight early and push the Darius around.
Oh wait, he's going to go Conqueror Rumble. He's the guy that does this.
So explain to us why this works or doesn't work.
Okay, so it quote unquote works because when you hit, you get a little bit of extra damage. Not
A
a
little bit
lot.
of extra true damage. Rumble Overheat also gives him some extra damage as well, so that's probably one area where you're looking at.
Hold up. I got a system error.
Oh no, so stream is going blank for a moment here.
Yes, I apologize for this. Hold up just 1 second.
And I don't know how oh, there we go. All the vision trinkets loaded in here. Looks like it's a fairly standard start here. Boot start for Rumble.
I apologize, chat. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah, Doran's shield in the mid lane, Doran's blade on the Varus. Conquer corrupting pot start for the. Oh, that's a flash hook onto the Nautilus though. He's gonna burn down really quickly. That is a first blood down to the Jinx. So out the gate, the cheeky 5-man stack. I'm gonna be honest, my blind eyes didn't even